Amazing. Okay, off we go again. Okay, so welcome everyone to today's call. And our subject is live your best life. So get your pens and papers ready for an amazing lineup of speakers from all over the world. And so big thanks to James, who's on the screen here. Give him all a wave. He's the one who's puts on our amazing calls every single month. And our first speaker is actually a video from America, and it's John Blair. And John was the leader of the corporate team to help create and introduce Juice Plus into the market. He has already been the coordinator of the 40 plus independent scientific studies that we have today. And he's going to be talking about our star products. I absolutely love this video. So just get your pens and papers out and take as many notes as you can. Is that there, James?
Okay, here we go. Hang on just a moment. Is that started or not?
Not quite yet.
Okay, here we go. Hang on.
That's what we love about this. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. I think this is
Okay.
starting now. Can you see it?
Yes.
LDL. Sorry.
Hi, I'm John Blair, and it's my pleasure to present to you the science of Juice Plus. Juice Plus is the world's original whole food-based nutritional supplement. It's made from juicing a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, berries, and grapes, and drying the juice at low temperature so that we don't damage the phytonutrient content of the original produce. And these concentrated powders are then blended into capsule form so that they are convenient and affordable. It's different from ordinary vitamin mineral supplements in that it includes thousands of phytonutrients that existed in the original fruits and vegetables. And because we don't take anything out, they are still in nature's balance. The majority of people in Australia now take dietary supplements. And the reason that they take dietary supplements is because we all know that we don't eat right. So Juice Plus is a support for the fruit and vegetable food group. It's not a replacement. It's a support system to fill the gap between what we actually eat every day and what we know we should eat. Shortly after we introduced Juice Plus, we were all feeling healthier, and we were excited about that. And when we'd have meetings with people who were interested in hearing about Juice Plus, we often shared our testimonials. And fairly quickly, we became uncomfortable because we knew the product was a unique whole food concept, and we didn't really want to sound like everyone else. So we decided to put Juice Plus to the test in the scientific laboratory. There's years and years of research on populations that eat a high level of fruits and vegetables in their diet. What we wanted to see is if people eating Juice Plus got the same nutritional benefits. Since the early 1990s, we have conducted independent, peer-reviewed, published research on Juice Plus all over the world. We now have 31 publications that were done on elderly populations, younger populations, on different ethnic groups from 9 different countries, 4 different continents. No other nutritional product has ever subjected itself to this type of scientific scrutiny. So let's take a look at what the Juice Plus research actually shows. First of all, we have 19 publications that show that Juice Plus is significantly bioavailable. What this means is that key antioxidants from the fruits and vegetables are getting into the blood plasma of people taking Juice Plus very quickly. And that's really important because these antioxidants are provided by nature to help reduce what we call oxidative stress. And that's the next phase of Juice Plus research. We have 12 studies that show that Juice
James, we seem to have lost the volume.
The next step of the Juice Plus research demonstrates that people taking Juice Plus actually see a significant reduction in systemic inflammation. Now, inflammation is a good thing. It is part of the healing process. When you get a cut on your skin, antibodies in the blood rush to that area and you see the swelling and the redness. That's healing. But chronic inflammation is not healthy, and that's a companion with oxidative stress in most chronic diseases. In addition, we have seen 4 studies that show that Juice Plus supports a healthy immune system. And as we know, our immune system is our body's primary defense against all sorts of ailments. And finally, Juice Plus helps to support healthy DNA. As we age, cells die and need to be replaced. And the body's ability to replace these cells with the same intact DNA as we had when we were born degrades over time. So what we've seen is that Juice Plus actually helps the body produce healthier DNA. And in a sense, this is anti-aging at a cellular level. We also have 9 studies on Juice Plus that show a variety of improvements in cardiovascular factors. These include everything from blood circulation to protection against a high-fat meal, to improvement in lung function in smokers, to reduction in homocysteine and other cardiovascular risk factors. We also have 2 studies that show improvement in microcirculation, including microcirculation in the skin and skin thickness, skin hydration, skin plumpness, and skin elasticity, basically beauty from within. So what we're looking at are all of these research papers proving that the nutrients from Juice Plus are strengthening the body so that it is working better and giving us the benefits of fruits and vegetables in concentrated form. Another very interesting study was done on heavy smokers at the University of Milan in Italy. What we saw, actually, we had enough data for 2 publications. The first publication looked at a reduction in overall cholesterol and a reduction in the very significant in oxidized LDL cholesterol. The second study showed bioavailability and improved pulmonary function. So not only were the subjects seeing improved biomarkers, but also improved ability to breathe. Another study done on overweight women beginning an exercise program showed comprehensive results. The women were able to achieve a reduction in oxidative stress, improved microcirculation, improved inflammatory markers, and finally, a reduction of oxidized LDL cholesterol. And this tied in not only with the Milan results, but also the Sydney University study from years ago that showed a positive trend in reduction of oxidized LDL, but wasn't significant at the time. And now it's great to see these 2 studies confirm the trend that was first noticed on subjects here in Australia. The Juice Plus research program will continue. We have many ongoing projects currently being done all over the globe. Why not take a product that is concentrated nutrition from fruits and vegetables, berries and grapes, and is proven to deliver healthy biomarkers and improved quality of life? Juice Plus is the most thoroughly researched nutraceutical product in history, and that's the science of Juice Plus.
Wow, absolutely amazing. I love that video. Thanks, John. Thanks for James for putting that on. I mean, who's not excited about our products when you watch that video? And it's just, yes, we're all lucky to have them inside us. So our message is to get that across to as many people as we can. So we're going to move on now to Natalie. Please put in the chat your takeaway from John's video then, please. So Now we've got the amazing Natalie Louise Winter, SSC. She's an absolute powerhouse. I'll read you her little bio here. Running my business as a busy single mom of two boys, and this business gave me the freedom to stay at home with my boys and never miss, excuse me, never miss a school run. And I run my business alongside my beauty business that I was able to invest in thanks to Juice Plus. After losing 3 stone, excuse me, from the products and finding a new love of fitness, I have grown in confidence and overcome severe anxiety, which has led me to inspire others with my mental health journey. As a Success Summit qualifier, I'm on a mission to help as many women as I can to realize their potential and achieve success through our amazing business. So she's going to be talking today about my daily focus to make a fortune. Are you there, Natalie?
Hi, I'm here. How are
Hi,
you?
how are you? Lovely to
All
see you.
good. You too. Thanks for the lovely introduction.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. We're really looking forward to hearing your presentation. So off you go.
Thank you. Well, good morning, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. These calls are always incredible every time. So thank you again, James, and everyone who hosts for putting them on. And thanks for asking me. So I'm going to be giving you a few practical things to implement today that you can do in order to grow your business and to be consistent with that growth. But first of all, I just want to start with focusing on your personal journey because at the end of the day, it all starts with you. You know, if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not showing up as your best self, if you are not using the products as you should be and focusing on that self-development, then you are not going to be showing up as your best self, if that makes sense. So I know when I'm good, my business is good. And when I'm thriving, my business is thriving. So one of the things I want to focus on today is just some of the daily habits that I do every single day in order to ensure that I am doing that. So, first of all, I want to think about how you are using the products. Now, for me, there's a difference between taking the products and using the products. So for me, taking the products, which I have done and been guilty of in the past, would be taking my capsules, having a shake in the morning, but then I'm not exercising, I'm not working on my mindset, I'm not eating what I should be eating, I'm not following the plan, and I'm not practicing what I preach. That for me is taking the products. Using the products for me is having my controls before each meal for fat loss. It is going to the gym and refueling with Perform. It's having my capsules every night and focusing on my hair growth, my skin, having uplift for energy, for mental clarity, the Luminate. Using the products is very different to taking the products. So first of all, I would suggest having a look at what you're doing there and see, are you using the products towards a health goal or are you just taking them? And I think that's very important. So that's one thing I always do. I'm always showing how I'm using the products to help me in my lifestyle and relating to my target audience. So obviously, busy mums is my target audience. So showing them how the products are enhancing my life and how I'm using them. Also, I think it's very important to have that unshakable mindset as well. Now, there was a time before I started this business where if I had a setback, it would knock me for weeks. You know, I would dwell on it. I wouldn't really be doing much in order to get myself out of that situation either. I'd just be kind of spiraling down until my eyes were open to the world of mindset and self-development and how amazing all of that can be. So I want you to think about how you overcome challenges. Do you see it as a challenge to overcome, or is it a roadblock? Do you get stuck? Now, for me, my mindset is completely switched. So now when I hit tough times, my mindset is, well, what can I learn from this? How is this going to change me as a person for the good? And I think it's important to see if you are going through something that's very difficult, that when you come out the other end of that, whether that be in your personal life or your business, you've got to think that you are going to be a much stronger person for it. At the end of it, you're going to have more empathy for people who are going through those situations, which means you are able to build deeper connections. And when it comes to the business as well, if you don't hit challenges, how are you then going to effectively help your team who are coming in, who are facing these challenges as well? You know, I think I've been through it all in this business. So if someone comes to me and says, you know, oh, this has happened, that's happened, I know what it feels like to miss a promotion. I know what it feels like for team to leave, but I've overcome that. And I think that's important as well to know that every time you do hit a challenge or a tough time, it is just forming you into the person that you need to be. You will learn from it, you will grow from it. So I think that's very important to work on your mindset every single day in order to have that unshakable belief in yourself and in the products. So for me, that is things like listening to podcasts, which I always do when I'm pottering around the house, reading as well, getting on these calls, connecting with people who are, have that positive mindset, be around those people. I think that's very, very important. And I really do notice a difference in my business when I am focusing on all of these things. So how I show up, how my energy is, how, what my intentions are, and just being there for my team as well and bringing all of that advice and just being able to relate to them as well. I think is really important. So first of all, focus on yourself. It all starts with you. If your mindset's right, if you are good physically, mentally, and spiritually, then your business is bound to grow. When you are growing, your business is growing. So definitely focus on that first and foremost. So now I'm going to go into a few practical things that I do every single day in order to grow my business. And this is what has allowed me to be able to stay at home with my two kids, to have a full-time income from this and not have to go out and work. And this works so well for me. And I don't overcomplicate the business. I keep it very simple. I do what I need to do, and I make sure that it is something I can personally do consistently every single day, no matter what. And then on the days that I have a bit more time, I will do that little bit more. But I make sure that my DMO is super simple and consistent every single day. So I'm going to start with TikTok, which I think if you are not using TikTok right now, you are absolutely crazy. It is literally my biggest platform in terms of sales, in terms of, getting my recruits in and things like that. I'm absolutely loving it, the system we have. I won't go into it too much because I know there's been lots of training around TikTok lately and lots of incredible people doing amazing on there. For me personally, I have two sides of my TikTok. So I have an account for business, for recruitment, for lifestyle, and I have one for control sachets, which I know most of us are focusing on TikTok. Now, this works very well for me. I do 2 posts daily on each of those. Very simple, literally like 7-second clips, anything like that. Sometimes I'll do, talking ones, and some things are a bit longer, but just for, quickness, for easiness, a lot of them are just very short and snappy. So I post 2 on my business and 2 on my control every single day, one kind of on the morning, one on the evening. I go live on my control TikTok once or twice a day, obviously promoting the products, just telling people about that, showing my own personal results on there. And that is where I'm getting the sales from, essentially. My business TikTok, I just post things like a bit of lifestyle, me and the children, just saying how incredible it is to be able to, like work from the beach, to work from my phone, the community that we have, the incentives. I went to the spa, I was showing that, the events, like all of the lifestyle aspect of the business, I'm showing on that TikTok. And that's where I'm starting to do a lot of my reach outs as well. So I used to predominantly work on Facebook for reach outs. Now I'm loving it on TikTok. I think I'm reaching a much wider audience. Everyone's open to opportunities. They can have a scroll on there and see all the videos. It's very interactive. So I'm loving TikTok for that at the minute. And then I'm just converting those people from the TikTok DM over to WhatsApp, which I'm finding really useful, because then you can send over to them things like the voice notes, the videos, the pictures, and all that kind of stuff, and build that trust and relationship. And then once they're on your WhatsApp, they're on there. And then I'm going to come back to why that's important as well in a second. But that's kind of how I'm running that. And the control account is very just simple, straightforward, how we all seem to be working on there, having the link at the top, going on the live, directing people to that. And I upload to my TikTok stories as well every single day. So my control stories are the same every single day. I have how it works, my results, customer results, how to order. And that's what I just put on there on repeat every single day. My business stories on TikTok, I have one that I repeat that's just kind of like, this is where I was at before. This is how I run my business. This is how it helps me. Would you like to join? Very simple, pretty similar to what I would put on my Instagram stories. I've just saved that and I repeat that every day on there. But then I do throw in like some curveballs on the business stories one as well. So, you know, if I'm out and about, if I've got something to show on there, I will post that in as well, because I think people are used to purchasing things on TikTok through TikTok Shop and lives and things like that. So they kind of already have the trust in that platform when it comes to buying. When it comes to signing up to a business from TikTok, I think it's a little bit different. So I do like to make my business TikTok a little bit more personal with the posts and stories, whereas the control is very much just this is the control, this is what it does, these are the results. So that's pretty much TikTok in a nutshell. So moving on to Instagram. I use Instagram stories every single day, and this is where we're going to link back to WhatsApp here. So my Instagram stories are linked to my Facebook stories. You can now also have the option to link them to your WhatsApp stories, which is where I am getting a lot of interest because I have converted my TikTok customers and potentials onto WhatsApp. So now they are seeing my WhatsApp stories, and I'm finding that I'm getting big views on that as well, which is great. So anything I'm putting on my Instagram stories is now going over to my WhatsApp, which is amazing. And I'm getting lots of messages from customers who want to sign up to the business, from customers who want to upgrade their packages because they're seeing what I'm doing, and that is working really well for me. So it's all about duplication across all the platforms, and that makes my job so much easier. I'm not having to re-record and recreate content constantly. I am putting the same content out across my platforms. So on my Instagram stories, I like to share things like my lifestyle, what I'm up to. I'll chat on there about the business. If I've got something exciting going on, I'll probably jump on after this call and say how excited I was to get on and how much fun I've had, to show the community, the support, the training. You know, if I'm out with the children, I'll show that, just bits and bobs of my life. I'll show me as well. I think it's very important to show you on your social media, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is. People need to trust you. They need to see you. They need to feel your energy. So getting on there and talking, I think, is a great way to do that. So I always show my face every single day, whether that be through a reel, a talking story, a picture, whatever it is. So people know that I am actually a real person. I will show products and results on there every single day. And I will share the business opportunity on there every single day. This is all on my stories, and that is then duplicated across the board on my socials. And one thing I do on Instagram every single day is a daily reel. I will just stick a reel on there every single day, whether that be products or business. And that again is linked to my Facebook. So the reels that I am putting on Instagram are going straight over to my Facebook, and that works so well for me. My reach goes up, my interaction goes up on both platforms. So that works really, really well. When I first started to grow those platforms, I was doing like 3 reels every single day. Personally found that difficult to sustain long term. So I think 1 or 2 a day is absolutely fine, and I'm still seeing amazing results from that. But if you feel like you can do that little bit more, then definitely go for it, because it does work if you want to grow the platforms. So Facebook, what I do on there, Facebook is just a mixed part of everything for me. Like I'll put random thoughts on there. I'll ask questions on there. I will post lifestyle again on there. You know, if I've like gone for a nice breakfast and a walk, I'm posting that a lot. People seem to like to see my fancy breakfast when I'm out and about. You know, I'll be on there talking live, I'll post videos. So I always make sure on my Facebook I've got like lifestyle, again, very important for you to grow that trust and to get that interaction. You'll find you get a lot more interaction on Facebook from your lifestyle type posts and your questions and things like that than you will the results in the business. But the people who are liking your lifestyle posts, they are still seeing the business and results. They're just not as inclined to interact with them, but they are still seeing them. So I will always post the business opportunity on my Facebook every single day without fail. People need to know that you are running a business, they can sign up to it. You've got to show that on there. Again, results, products, every single day without fail on my Facebook. We've got to show people that we have products, they can buy them, what they can do for you, what they can do for other people. Really important to have a varied results on there. So I don't always just post like weight loss, weight loss, weight loss. Even though personally my business is predominantly weight loss, I will still share things like the capsules, you know, the skin, the hair, and all that kind of stuff. And I always make sure I have some form of video content on Facebook every single day. And I think this is so important when you are scrolling on someone's page. Video content literally brings the page to life. I always say it's like going from 2D to 3D. So I always have video content on there every single day. Obviously, I'm posting a daily reel, so that's going on there, whether that be, a live video sometimes as well. I'll be on there chatting. Just make sure you've got that on there, and it really makes your profile just pop. And again, it's a great way for people to feel like they're connecting with you because they can see you, they can hear you, very important. So that's kind of what I do in terms of content. In terms of daily practices and DMO, I'm just going to run through the main things that I do every single day without fail. So number one is expanding my network, so adding new people. Even on TikTok, I will follow everyone who has watched my live at the end. I'll go through and follow everyone. If anyone commented, I'll follow that up with a DM, just asking, did you manage to place your order? Have you got any questions? Facebook again, just adding new friends and follows on Instagram as well. Really simple and straightforward. Always following up on my likes. So anyone who has interacted on any of my content, I will DM them just asking, obviously, do you want any more information? Thank you so much for the support. And what is it you're interested in? These kind of things. I will do that every single day at the end of the day. Interacting as well. I think it's really important, especially with like potentials who are sitting on the fence, to go in there to comment, to continue to develop that relationship just by, giving them a few likes and comments on their posts and just letting them know that you're still there. Again, reach outs. So reach outs for me is offering the business opportunity to people. This is how I've always grown my business in terms of team. And as I mentioned, I'm starting to do that a lot more on TikTok from my business posts, but I will do this on Facebook as well. That has always worked really well for me. And I think it works particularly well on Facebook because my Facebook profile is such a mix of everything. They really get an overall view just by kind of scrolling on my profile, seeing who I am maybe before they reply. So Facebook's always been a really good one for me in terms of recruitment because I think Facebook seems to be able to build that closer kind of connection and relationship a lot easier, I think, because it is such a mix of everything. So I do a lot of my reach outs on Facebook and TikTok. In terms of customers, we have a WhatsApp chat that we add all of our customers over to, and we also have a Facebook support group. So I am very present in those groups. I'm conversation starting, I'm posting what I've been doing today, how many steps I've done, what I've done in the gym, what I'm eating, what products I'm taking. I'm very consistent with that, just showing up so my customers know that I'm there. And we have a gorgeous group on WhatsApp that is working very well for us. Personally, people are making friendships, they're relating to one another. Our customers are starting to answer the questions before we've even gotten there. And then we're kind of seeing who is consistent, who's very, confident in there. And then you are able to convert those people to team members because then you can message them personally and just say, do you know what? I love everything you're putting in that group. You're amazing. You're helping everyone. Why don't you sign up? And especially for those who are upgrading their package as well, just mentioning to them that they can sign up and earn money from this, even if they are just ordering their own products, they're a benefit. So that WhatsApp group works very well for us. And also the Facebook support group as well is a nice place to kind of find recipes and ideas too. So I always contribute to them every day. In terms of team, I will always let my team know I am there every single day, whether it's a good morning message, telling them what calls are on the day. I'm asking them what they want me to cover on the next call. They know that I'm there for one-to-ones if they need me. I'm there to answer questions, and I will always show up for my team every single day. There's not a day that you won't see me in there. Um, and also, I've just going back to the customers in the WhatsApp chat. That's a great place for us to get new, fresh results from as well. There's a lot of people typing in there every single day. Oh, I've lost £7 this week. I'm noticing this is better. I've noticed that. That is such a great place to get new, fresh results. And again, that's a great way to convert people because if you're sharing their results and they're getting so much interaction and love on that post, you can then show them that and say, look, I've shared your results and look how many people have asked about the product, are liking it, and messaging me. This could be your customer base. So that's a really good way as well. I'm just going back to the customer WhatsApp, how we're using that. Um, And yeah, that's pretty much in a nutshell my daily practices. And I make sure my DMO is something that is all full of income producing activities. I don't waste my time on anything that I don't need to. I always focus on those really important things, and that's how I'm able to fit it in around everything I have going on and how I set myself up for success. I make sure my DMO is suited to the time frame I have, and don't stretch yourself too far with it would be my last piece of advice. If you followed someone else's and they're doing 100 things a day and you work full time and you've got kids and you've got, maybe you've got a second job, just kind of be realistic and focus on the things that really work for you and are continuously growing your business. And that is everything from me.
Absolutely fantastic, Natalie. You are honestly amazing. I'm on your WhatsApp group, and honestly, she's just on fire all the time. And what she's
Thank
saying
you.
now is exactly what she does. She really is on top of the game all the time. Absolute social media queen. Fabulous. So, you just your customers and your team are so lucky to have you, such an inspiration. So thanks so much for sharing. So please, everyone, put in your top tip from Natalie's amazing presentation then and say a really big thank you. And have you got a guest this morning?
I haven't this morning. No, it's just me today, Paula.
All right. Well, you've done a double whammy presentation, so that's
Thank you.
great. So thanks
Thank
so much. So we're going to move on to our superstar Damian Brennan, PMD in the business, and we've already seen him on there this morning. So Damian is sit back and listen to this because he is absolutely amazing. All the things that he's done. It's going to take me a while to read through it, so just bear with me. So Damian is a retired headmaster and lives in the west of Ireland. He and his wife, Olive, run a very successful Juice Plus business and also include farming. They were introduced to Juice Plus in 1994. And at the time, they also owned a manufacturing business and were involved in local community activities, as well as having a young family. So obviously, in reality, they didn't have the time for a Juice Plus business, but it seemed far too good an opportunity to miss out on. So they started on the products, they loved the products, and they were attracted to the challenge of building another business, the Juice Plus business. So back then, there was no social media, just basic phones, no home delivery or no bonuses. And they were still attracted to it, but they were committed and they built a solid NMD business and later on a PMD business together. He says that the business gets easier every year. The highest earner is yet to be sponsored and the best is yet to come. And Damian's going to be talking today about working the compensation plan. So there he is. Come on down.
Hello, everybody. Paula, thank you for that introduction. We go back a long way with Juice Plus. As you mentioned, 1994. In 3 weeks' time, we will be 31 years in this business. So we're almost as old as James as far as Juice Plus is concerned. Delighted to be here today and to talk about something that I really enjoy talking about, which is the compensation plan and how we make money from it. As you can see, is that okay, Paula? Can everybody see that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. We can see it.
Okay. As you can see, technology is not my strongest area. And luckily enough, when we started off, there was very little of this involved. Nowadays, the business is totally different and really, really great to see. When we started off, one of the things that really impressed us and kept us steady in the business were the company. The president of the company, Jay Martin, he came to the UK. He eventually came to Ireland as well. And John Blair, whom you've seen earlier on that video, these people were circulating quite a lot. We got to meet them, we got to talk to them, and they really built our confidence in the future of this business. So today, the Juice Plus company are 55 years in business, founded in 1970. More than 25 countries worldwide, over $15 billion in sales. but that is the pedigree of the company that we're working with. Just incredible. They not only manufacture the product for us, they process the orders, they invoice the customers, they collect the payment from the customer. They deliver Juice Plus directly to the customer, and they send us a monthly statement and transfer our check to the bank before the 10th of the month, every month. They've done that for us for the past 31 years. Customer and distributor support is also provided, and an online office and website. As Paula mentioned in the introduction, we didn't have all of these advantages when we started, but they have been gradually introduced over the years. And today it's just an incredible business. We have a very simple franchise system. This is the way I see it. We take Juice Plus, we experience the benefits, and we share that experience with other people. We solve problems then. Typically, we start a conversation, whether that's online or offline. We listen to what the other person is saying in order to pick up an issue that we may be able to help them with. Now, listening is one of the big challenges for the Irish because we like to talk rather than listen. But it's a skill you have to develop to be successful in this business. Listening to that conversation, you will identify a problem. The person you're speaking to or communicating with will inevitably at some point identify a problem in their lives, and we can empathize with that because we've met most of these problems before. And then we offer a solution. So at the beginning of each month, it's a question of how many people can I help this month? Initially, there is an opportunity to make a good part-time income. That could be just as little as 200 or 300 pounds a month, which will obviously be 3,000 pounds a year. 3,000 pounds a year, even though it seems small, still makes a big difference to many family budgets. And usually what happens then is that income will grow to maybe 500 a month, 6,000 a year, or 1,000 a month. 12,000 pounds a year, I've no doubt, will make a huge difference to most family budgets. But for those who want it, there is more. And this is the area that I've been asked to focus on. We have a fast track program, which is driven by a bonus system. And under this program, you can build a very substantial business over a period of time, earn significant monthly income as you build it, and establish a very valuable asset at the end of that. When you follow the fast track program, you earn up to 120,000 almost in bonuses, 155,000 euro. It's a very flexible bonus program. You can fast track at any time, and you can opt out of the fast track for a while if life dictates that you must. This is what it looks like from beginning to end. This is our picture of it. The very first bonus that you receive is at the top of the page. It's £80. The final one that you qualify for is £40,000 at the bottom of the page, and 120,000 almost in total. This by itself is something that it will attract anybody. But when you look at the second column from the right-hand side, you see the approximate monthly income that you can accumulate as you build that, starting off at maybe about 100 a month, finishing up at maybe 20,000 a month. And these levels of income have been achieved right throughout the Juice Plus world. The compensation plan that delivers that is cleverly designed. It encourages us to go higher for increased monthly income. So the higher you climb the compensation plan, the more your income, your monthly income will increase. It also encourages us at the same time to go wider for lifelong stability. We need to go at least 5 legs wide and beyond that if possible, which will give you a very, very solid income for the rest of your life. And we've been through this and we see that it actually works. It also requires that you reconfirm at every step. So when you reach a position, you have to reconfirm that position once or twice before you achieve your bonus. And the great advantage of this is that it means you're building a solid business. So the bonus is paid after you reconfirm. What's most important in this business is you build a solid business, not just building quickly, but building solidly. Building a solid business is based on repeat orders. And what we found over the years is that our best repeat order are capsules, fruit, veg, and berry capsules with omega nowadays as well. Usually when somebody goes on Juice Plus capsules and you stay in touch with them for those first 4 months and you help them, you answer their questions, you provide information to them, and you encourage them to live a more healthy lifestyle. And at the end of 4 months, they're getting great results from their Juice Plus capsules. And when they reorder for the next 4 months, now you have somebody who's going to be a satisfied customer. So you stay with them for those 4 months and they become a raving fan of Juice Plus. And as such, they will tell their family and their friends about it, and they will recommend it to other people. They give you referrals, and sometimes they become distributors as well. When you find new distributors or new partners in your business, what's really important is that you sponsor them in the sense that you support them, you encourage them, and you're always there for them in the beginning. And this is really important because what you're doing is you're teaching to teach. You're teaching your new partner to teach their new partners when they come along. And you're building a solid relationship right throughout that business. So to build a substantial business, it's really important to sponsor people and to offer them the benefit of your experience. So you're offering them a great business opportunity and you're offering them your full-time support because they're going to be an important part of your future as well as their own. Each individual sets their own goals and sets their own pace. And we respect that. And we work with them at that pace to achieve their goals. Their success is our success. As Jim Rohn once said, if you help enough people to get what they want, you can have everything you want. Keeping it simple is really, really important and is one of the great challenges in this business. A recipe for success, for example, is achieve 825 and 1 every month. 825 is equivalent to just about 1 Premium Plus order a week. So this is a recipe for success while you climb that compensation plan. Do at least 1 order a week over that 12 to 15 months. And the 1 every month is a new partner that you sponsor each month. Sometimes people look at this and they think, well, that's a very high target, but it's not really. When you consider what's involved in this business, when you consider the monthly income that you can build over a period of a year and a half, and you consider the level of bonus that you will be paid for doing that, then this is very, very easy. So achieving 825 or 1 customer a week plus 1 partner every month is a recipe for really good success in this business. Bringing that new partner to a partner plus every month. So helping the new partner you brought in to achieve the level of partner plus is really important. And then from then on, helping them to continue to achieve a promotion every month. Build their independence. In the first 4 to 8 months, you should be helping your new partner to become independent of you as they go along. Each of us have our own way of doing things, and it's important that we allow everybody in our team that independence to do it their way. Working the compensation plan, to me, it really is an exciting concept, and it is very powerful, and it delivers what it promises. There are 13 steps in this plan, and as you climb the compensation plan, not only are you building that monthly income, but earning up to 120,000 in bonuses as well. And as I mentioned earlier, each step is consolidated by the requirement that you reconfirm at least once before you achieve your bonus. So let's say that in the month of April, you're a new partner. It has cost you £35 to take out this business, which is just incredibly low. In the month of April, you achieve 825 PV. That's someplace between 4 and 6 orders, depending on which product you're promoting. For achieving 825, you get promoted to the level of Partner Plus. And your income that month will consist of a bonus of £80 and retail commissions of £80 approximately. So your total income for month 1 for achieving Partner Plus is in the region of £160. Now remember, you spent only 35. And in fact, when you spent that 35 becoming a partner, the company will send you out a sample of their products, which will amount to at least the £35. So you're simply joining for nothing. And you're achieving £160 at the end of that month. What's really important is that you build on that achievement. What you have achieved here is you have, first of all, a number of customers in your business. Secondly, you have £160 for an investment of 35. And surely that's a story that's worth telling to your friends. So spreading that word to all of your friends, you're hoping that some of them will see an opportunity for themselves in what you're doing. You really are on your way, and you tell all your friends about this business. Then the second step is to get to senior partner. Getting to senior partner is 2,500 points, 2,500 PV, and that could be made up of the following. First of all, 825 personal that you have to do yourself, which equates to roughly 1 Premium Plus order per week. A senior partner in your team at 2,500, you can use half their volume, 1,250 of that. A Partner Plus in your team at 825. So between you and your team, you accumulate 2,500 points in that second month. You achieve a bonus of £100, commissions of about £150, so a total of 250. So first month, when you came into the business, you had £160. This month, £250. Next month, you simply reconfirm that same position again, and you do it using the same formula right through. When you reconfirm senior partner in month 3, your bonus increases to £150 and your commissions about £250. So your income this month is £400. So in your first 3 months in the business, without having to work really hard, you have achieved just over £800 in income for an investment of 35. Surely that is an incredible story. And you can share that with all your friends and your acquaintances, anybody that you think needs some extra funding. Imagine £800 within the first 3 months. And now you're really set up to drive forward. Your fourth step, your fourth position is sales coordinator. Here, the volume is 5,000. You need 1 Partner Plus leg, and you yourself have to have a qualifying business. That means that you have to have a turnover of 1,250 in your business every month. The income here is a bonus of £250, commissions of 350, so an income of in the region of 600 in month 4. Now you have earned £1,000 in your business in your first 4 months. Your fifth step is to reconfirm sales coordinator, and you do it exactly the way you qualified for sales coordinator in the previous month. But your bonus is increased to 500. Your commissions are now reaching in the region of 500. So your total income for month 5 should be in the region of £1,000. That, on top of the 1,000 that you already earned, means you've now earned £2,000 in your business in the first 5 months, you've learned how to do it. You have sponsored other people into your business and given them the same opportunity that you have, and you're supporting them as well as building your own personal business also. Step 6 is qualifying senior sales coordinator. And now you're getting into something really worthwhile. 5,000 pay line, which your sponsor will explain that to you a little bit better. Average income is about £700 a month, not including bonuses. So your average income that you've built in your business is about £700 a month, not including the bonus. The bonus for this level is £1,000. So during those months of September and October, you have now built your business to a level where on a monthly basis, you should be earning about £700, and you've got a once-off bonus of £1,000. Your next position is senior sales coordinator. And now we're more than halfway through the compensation plan. Here you accumulate £10,000 pay line. You have now got 2 qualifying business legs, which is really important, and you yourself have a qualifying business. Your average income is about £1,000 a month, and your bonus is £1,800 after your 3rd month of reconfirming. So you achieve this level of senior sales coordinator, £10,000 a month pay line. You reconfirm that again this following month, and you reconfirm it again the 3rd month. So you have a really, really solid senior sales coordinator business, earning £1,000 a month, and they then pay you a bonus of £1,800. In step 8, it's Q&MD. This is a really important level of teaching other people in your business, motivating other people in your business, and training teams. Here, your pay line will be 20,000. You'll have 3 qualifying legs. You'll be a qualifying business yourself, and your average income will be someplace between 1,700 and 1,800 a month. That's just your monthly income, 1,700 to 1,800 a month, and your bonus, once-off bonus, £3,600. This can be life-changing. You're now moving into the next level of NMD, which used to be the top position in our business. NMD, it took Olive and I 9 years to get to this position using the old system. Today, people are arriving at this position in 9 months, many of them. We allowed 3 months, April, May, and June, to get to NMD from Q&MD. You'll be doubling your pay line. You'll have a turnover of £40,000 in your business at this level. You'll have 5 solid legs under your business. So you literally have a passive income here. And you have a qualifying business yourself, of course. Your average income here will be about £3,000 per month. This is not including bonus. This is your average income. And your bonus is £7,200, paid after the 3rd month reconfirming. Now you have real momentum in your business. You have approaching a full-time salary and the bonuses on top of that. NMD is a really important position, very important leadership position where you're leading a strong team and you're training, helping to train new people coming into the business. Your income is about £3,000 a month, your bonus £7,200. You've been well rewarded for the effort you put in. There are 4 more positions that have been added to the business over the last while. IMD, International Marketing Director, with a bonus of £14,400 and an average monthly income of £5,000 a month. EMD, with a bonus of £21,600 and an average income of about £7,000 a month. PMD, with a bonus of £28,800 and an average income of £10,000 to £11,000 a month. And finally, P&D Plus. The bonus is £40,000. The average income is about £17,000 a month. These levels of income are being achieved by various people in the UK, in Ireland, throughout Europe, and so on. Success in our business is built on belief. Belief in the product, belief in the company, belief in the system that I've just outlined, and confidence that you can achieve it. Everybody can achieve it because people from all walks of life have already done it. Success in our business is also based on empathy. Empathy meaning that you're able to stand in the shoes of the person who's thinking of becoming a customer or the person who's thinking of becoming a distributor. You can understand where they're coming from and you're able to relate to them. Generosity is really important, to give of your time to the business as you go along, and especially when you've reached the top positions. Integrity is essential. Our company are 55 years in business, based largely on the integrity of the people at the top. Keeping it simple is really important. Don't complicate it. It's a very simple business. Take Juice Plus, experience the benefits, share that experience with other people, and treat it like a business. It's often been said that if you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. If you treat it like a business, it'll pay you like a business. And finally, it's a simple duplicating system. Register as a partner for £35. First month, become a partner plus. It's 4 to 6 orders. Earn £160. This proves that it works, that the customers out there for Juice Plus, and that you can share Juice Plus with other people successfully. Second month, senior partner, income is about £250. Third month, reconfirm senior partner, earn about £400. So you've earned about £800 in your first 3 months, and simply duplicate step 1, step 2, and step 3. Earn £800 approximately in your first 3 months. Sometimes we're reluctant to speak about earnings and money and so on. I have to say, in Ireland, we're not a bit reluctant. We're delighted with it. And I know everybody in the call is too. That's it, Paula. Thank you. Sorry for being a bit long-winded.
Absolutely fantastic, Damian. Have you got your Marianne Egan there?
I have indeed. Yes, we're delighted to have Marion here this morning. Marion is a very successful health coach in County Kildare in Ireland, and she is the first, or was the first, lady NMD in Ireland. So quite an achievement. She has had incredible results personally with the Juice Plus products and among her clients who have attended her clinic over the years. So over to you, Marion.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you, Damian. Can you hear me, Paula?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm just so grateful to Damian Brennan, because when he introduced me to this concept, he did not know that I had a personal problem, and I had a problem with my spine. I had, back in 2000, when I woke up one morning, January 5th, in fact it was, and I couldn't get out of bed. It was difficult to walk. Sitting was a problem. Even lying down was a problem. But I spent 6 months in my bed before I had emergency surgery. Now, the surgery did correct the mechanics of my back. It meant that when something fell on the floor, I could bend down and pick it up, which was great. But what I didn't realize was, having spent so long in my bed, that I lost all my lean muscle mass. Now, I had been teaching fitness classes 6 or 7 times a week prior to that. So I was super duper fit before this happened. But now I found that I was just like a rag doll. And I was waiting for the recovery, and I waited a few weeks and a couple of months, and a year went by, 2 years goes by, 2 years and 9 months before Damian had invited me to listen to Dr. Marilyn Joyce, who was coming to Dublin. to give a talk on Juice Plus. And I agreed to go to that talk. And the only reason I agreed to go to it was I was visiting my mum that day in Dublin. And I had to change my car to automatic because I didn't have the energy to change gears in an ordinary car. But I went and I listened to Dr. Marilyn Joyce. And when I heard what she had to say, I was literally floored, because at this stage, I just did not know where to turn. I wasn't a wife, I wasn't a mother, I wasn't a washer-upper, cooker, cleaner, or therapist. I was just a being. So when I heard Dr. Marilyn Joyce and I took the product, and Damian, thank you so much. Every week, Damian rang me to see how I was getting on. And every week I told him it wasn't working. And his patience, bless him, he has great patience. So I was on my second delivery of Juice Plus when, having told Damian again it wasn't working, when I hung up the phone, my daughter said, "Mom, it is working. I can see the difference in you. Look at all the little things you've been able to do around the house." And when I thought about that, and I realized, yeah, I didn't feel the benefit. I didn't feel any change, but you don't feel what's happening at cellular level. And this is so important. We have a responsibility and an opportunity. You do not know whose life you're going to change by picking up the phone and talking to someone. It's so important. All we do is tell our story. And when you tell somebody, what they do with that information is entirely up to them. It's not up to us. But it is life-changing. I've seen miracles happen, myself included, but I've seen miracles happen in my practice, and yet I'll tell everybody, Juice Plus cures absolutely nothing. Your body will heal itself when it gets the proper nutrition. Juice Plus is the nutrition to restore the cellular energy, and that's what I had lost. I had lost all my vitality and my energy, and it helped me to restore that. And I'm so grateful, and I'll be eternally grateful to Damon Brennan for giving me the opportunity. And, you know, that was back in 2000, well, it was 2002 when I started taking Juice Plus. So go out there and tell as many people as you possibly can, because you don't know whose life you're going to change when you do. Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, Marion. And hello, everybody. Thank you to all of our speakers so far. Absolutely incredible. Thank you so much, Damian, as well, talking us through that and making it so clear and easy for everyone to understand. And thank you, Marion, for sharing your wonderful story. Welcome to April, guys. The sun is shining here in London. I hope it is shining wherever you are. And I'm here to lead you guys through the next part of our amazing coffee success call. I'm about to sneeze. Hang on. Oh, nothing like live telly. Right. I am here to introduce our next speaker. And I think actually the intro is a little bit outdated because she's been flying through the promotion so much that I don't think we've actually managed to include all of them. So I'm going to introduce you to Jane Melby, and then I will give her title at the end. And I think I've got it right, because I think it's even more than what I've got here. So Jane joined the business in 2018 after a 4-stone weight loss with the products. Jane knew nothing about network marketing and only joined to get her products cheaper. At the time of joining the business, Jane was a stay-home mum to 3, with 1 full-time wage not stretching far enough, and as a family struggling to make ends meet. Just from sharing her journey, she hit the position of senior partner in the first 2 weeks, then later in lockdown hit SC, QSSC, and SSC all in 6 months. In January 2022, Jane made the decision to focus on a 90-day game plan and hit QNMD in March, NMD in August, then IMD in September, and then I think we need to add that she's also hit EMD. That's right, isn't it? Yes. I can't keep up with all the letters. EMD as well. So she is absolutely flying, and she's got a huge team that are doing so well. This business has given her complete financial freedom. And Jane is here to talk to us about getting the right mindset. Hello, Jane.
Good morning, guys. Can you all hear me okay? Amazing. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, EMD. So it was IMD September, EMD October. We literally went back to back, guys. And you know what? That is through mindset. It's not through the business. It is 100% through mindset. So was anybody, I mean, Damian's presentation was absolutely incredible. Pop in the chat, guys, in the comments. Was anybody sitting there listening to that going, wow, PMD, that's what they earn, but I'm never going to get there? Like, be honest with yourself. Do you sit here going, I am going to be a PMD? Now, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take you to get to PMD, but can you honestly say, let me see if I can put the chat up, actually. I do this and then I can't work out how to get the chat up. Can you honestly sit here and say, do you know what? I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I am 100% going to get to PMD or PMD plus. Be really, really honest. I love this. Yes, I love this. Is anybody going to be really honest and go, no, I don't believe in myself enough. I'm not going to do it. Oh, yes. So Dion's amazing. Lovely. That's what we like. Do you know what? You 100% will if you believe you can do it. A question that I get asked every single day, and I get a message in my inbox every single day from somebody in the business that says to me, how do you stay so motivated? How do you stay so motivated? Do you know what? I am the least motivated person in the world. Fact. I'm not motivated at all, but I am disciplined. And that's where your mindset comes from. You know, this business is simple, but it is not easy. And this is where your mindset is going to come into it. And this is where, if you're not growing your mindset, your business is not going to grow. So you have got to grow and work on your mindset, and you have got to be disciplined. So number one, if you're sat on this call doubting yourself, if you're sat on this call and sometimes you let those bad days roll into a bad week, roll into a bad month, you make those excuses of, do you know what, I've got a lot going on at the minute, I'm going to dip out, or do you know what, I'm tired, it's been a really rough week. How many of us say to ourselves, it's all right, it's been a really rough week, it's been a really hard week, I'm really tired? So many of us say that to ourselves, don't they? The difference is, that's where your mindset needs to come into it. Believe me, I've had so many highs, so many lows in this business, in personal life. But do you know what? It's my mindset that has kept me going. And actually, if you look back, like if I look back into my journey in the business, and if you look at other leaders in the business, I bet you they had the most growth in their business when the shit had hit the fan behind the scenes. Honestly, that is when we get the most growth into our business. And that is where leaders are born, where people just keep going. But you've got to have a really strong vision and a really strong goal. And that is where the magic happens. So you need to know what your why is. Now, we've probably all, or if you haven't, you need to go away today and make yourself a lovely vision board. It doesn't have to be pretty. It can be Post-it notes. It can just be scrap pieces of paper stuck to the fridge. It doesn't have to be a very glamorous cork board with lovely printed pictures. If you've got that, fantastic. But you need to know your vision. And you know what? I've got things on my vision board which I've had right since the start, and I keep them there for a reason, a lot of the time to remind me of my growth. So I always had a very lovely handbag on my vision board, very, very lovely handbag. And you know what? I've been able to buy that handbag time over and time over again, and I haven't, because at the start I thought that's what I really, really wanted, and it isn't. It doesn't excite me. Like the things that actually scare me, they're the things you want on the vision board. So when you say to yourself, what is my why? I want you to actually break down that why. Why is that why your why? Like your why should make you cry. You always hear people say this. And sometimes we can get really stuck in this business, and I know we're never meant to say that word, are we? But we do. And after I hit NMD, so it took me 5 years to get to NMD, and I knew exactly what I wanted. I wanted to hit NMD. I wanted to take the kids to Disney World, Florida. I was that person that blew that bonus on a holiday. But you know what? That was the vision. That was the vision when I started, that we couldn't even take the kids out on a day trip. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to hit National Marketing Director, take the kids to Disney World, Florida. And it's crazy because I actually was able to book Disney World the month before we hit NMD, which is incredible, right? Because I had that goal, I had that vision, and nothing was going to get in my way. And then I hit National Marketing Director, ticked those things off the vision board, and I was like, I'm stuck. I don't know what I want. And for me, I'd always had a very lovely house. We've got a very lovely house here. The kitchen is absolutely tiny. The bathroom's absolutely tiny. So on my vision board, I put this fantastic big dream house. It was the dream house I wanted, with a lovely massive kitchen. The ones you see on Pinterest, the one you see on Instagram. And I was like, this is what I want. And you know what? That I took it off because it didn't excite me. What excited me was thinking, do you know what? I would love to be able to give my kids a legacy. So my mum and dad, they were never fortunate. My dad was very poorly. And my mum and dad were never able to give us that best start off in life. When I needed to start learning to drive, I had to go and get a job to pay for those driving lessons. So I never had that start. So for me, a very big fancy house for my kids that in 10 years' time are going to want to start to have their own house, that actually doesn't excite me anymore. I thought it wasn't what excited me, but it didn't. So for me, I've actually changed my vision board, and I've put on 3 tiny little houses, one for each of my children. And that absolutely excites me, because I'm thinking the kids aren't going to be here. I don't need this big glamorous house. So don't ever be afraid to change your goal, to change your vision board. Always look at it. Honestly, I look at my vision board once a month. If it doesn't excite you, then you need to scrap it. If at 11 o'clock at night, when you've had the toughest day, if you look at your vision board and it doesn't make you go, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to add one more person on Facebook, or I'm just going to check in with one more customer. If 11 o'clock at night, you look at your vision board and you go, no, it's been a really rough day. I'm going to get into bed. I'm going to put the TV on. Then you need to change up your vision board, guys, because honestly, motivation isn't there. Discipline is. I'm disciplined because I know what I want to achieve and I know what's on my vision board. And in this business, you're going to get your mindset knocked every single day. This is why it's so important to work on your mindset. Every day you're going to get more no's. If you don't do a go for no challenge, I 100% say to you, if you've got team, do it with your team. If you're on your own, do it on your own. Grab yourself a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be fancy. Grab yourself a piece of paper, make 100 boxes on a piece of paper, guys, and go out and get 100 no's. We are all scared to death of no's. I love a no. It means I'm one step closer to a yes. And the more no's you get, when you get used to getting no's, then you are speaking to enough people. So many people in this business go, oh, it's all I'm getting is no's. That's great. That means you're speaking to people, guys. The only time you need to worry in this business is if you're not getting no's, because it means you're not speaking to enough people. So flip that mindset of, oh my gosh, it was another person that said no to me, to it was another person that said no to me. I'm speaking to enough people. Like, I'm getting those no's, and every no will get you closer to a yes. And 100% say to you, if you all go out and do this and go, do you know what? I'm going to set this across my team, and I want to see who the first person to get 100 no's is. I bet you they're the person who has increased how many new partners they've got or how many new customers they've got. And it's never a no, like no for good. It's a no for now. If somebody was interested in the products or the business, it's only a matter of time. We all know they always come back. I was somebody who sat on the fence for 6 months asking about the products every single month. And the difference is, it's that mindset. It's that resilience to keep going. You're going to get discouraged every single day. You are going to have people putting their opinions every single day. And just remember, people's opinions don't pay your bills, but this business does. You're going to have self-doubt every single day. And you know what? In this business, if you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect anybody else to believe in you? Why would anyone invest their money into you as a mentor, as a health mentor? Why would anybody invest their money into you if you don't believe in yourself? Why would your team believe in you if you don't believe in yourself? So you have got to show up as that leader. You have got to show up every single day. And in this business, what do you hear every single day? You have got to be consistent. Literally, it's consistency, isn't it? Right? The only way to build this business is to show up every single day. And that isn't through, oh, do you know what, I'm going to post every single day. That is through mindset. That is having that resilience to show up every single day. You've got to have that mindset. So you've got that resilience when we have lows in this business. Believe me, there are lows in this business, guys. It is not always sunshine. And you will always see everybody's business, like any business, it goes up, it goes down, whether it's seasonal, like this business has highs and it has some really, really bad lows. But we don't always hear people talking about them because a lot of the time it's mindset. We know that we've just got to keep going. We've got to keep pushing through. Back in 2022, the year I went NMD, in the January, I was that person I was an SSC, sat with a QSSC pay line. And in the January, I went, oh, have I really come this far to only come this far? And I was so like, do you know what? I don't know if I can keep going. I don't know if I can keep going. And I was like, right, I'm going to start a 90-day game plan. I'm going to invest for 90 days, go all out. And if it doesn't work, that's me done. But it's because I was consistent every single day, guys. And that came from mindset. That came from me working on my mindset. You are going to have those ups and downs in the business, in your life. And you've got to keep going, but you've got to have that goal. You've got to have that vision. You've got to have that why. Your business is only going to grow if you are growing. So your mindset is going to help with resilience when your business slows. It's going to give you more confidence. In this business, we have got to be loud and proud, guys, right? We have an incredible business. We have an incredible product. We have an incredible community. We're going to have an incredible IT system. I know everybody's still like, oh, that's been hard, right? That's been really, really tough. It's been really, really tough, but we've just kept going. Why? Because we love the products. We love the community. We know our goal. We know our vision. And that's where you've just got to keep going and keep going and keep going, and consistency. Motivation fades, but your mindset is going to just sustain you through your business, guys. And if you believe you can, you will. And if you believe you can't, no training, no strategy is going to save you, guys. Honestly, it won't. Like, you've just got to keep going. So 3 tasks for mindset. I have no idea where I have time, but I'll just keep going. Sorry. 3 tasks for mindset. So number 1, I want you to make sure that every morning, you might want to set these every day. You might want to set it for a week. Get yourself a nice new pretty notebook. Put pen to paper. Please stop using notes in your phone, guys. Actually put pen to paper and write. Stop typing on phones. I'm the person that literally has 101 notebooks, paper books everywhere. It works, guys. You are literally writing out your letter to the universe. Stop typing it. Please stop typing it. So number 1, every day, I want you to write down 2 to 3 new affirmations that you are going to tell yourself every single day. Do you know what? Sometimes we feel really, really awkward doing this. It's a bit cringe, shouting it out like I do it. Everybody knows when the clocks are on angel numbers, so the double numbers, I've got a tattoo with it now. I literally go, I am PMD. And I will stop if I'm in the middle of a voice note. If I'm talking to somebody, people think I'm absolutely random, and I'll just go, I am so incredibly grateful that I am PMD. And people go, what? And I'm like, it's okay. The kids do it now. They're like, it's okay, we know what she's doing. But I affirm something every single day. So every morning I want you to write down 3 daily powerful affirmations. Speak the version of yourself that you want to be, guys. So for example, it might be, I am confident. I am magnetic to dream customers, or I'm a magnet to dream team, guys, right? Be precise. You're putting this out to the universe. Be precise in what you want. Don't just go, I would like extra money. That might be that you might find a quid on the floor. Be precise, guys. Like, I would like an extra £10,000 a month. Like, you have got to be precise. I am PMD. I am worthy. I'm an action taker. If you're telling yourself you are, you will do it. I am beautiful. I am loved. I am grateful. Do you know what? You cannot be grateful and miserable at the same time. You can't, guys. So even on those world toughest days, if you're waking up in a house, you are very, very lucky. You should be grateful for that. If you're waking up with family around you, you should be very grateful for that. If you're waking up and you can see and you can hear, you should be so incredibly grateful for that. There's a lot of people that don't. And there's always something to be grateful for, even on those world toughest days. So make sure you are saying it out loud. Make sure you are clear and precise in what you want. Task number 2, I want you to vision map once a week, guys. So I want you to sit down with a piece of paper and a pen, and I want you to write down these 3 things and do it every single week. You will be surprised how often it changes, even from week to week. So number 1, what does your life look like in 6 to 12 months? Sometimes we find this really, really hard. And if you do find it hard, each week you do it, it will get easier. How will you feel in a thriving business? How do you want to feel? And how will you feel when your business is thriving, right? That's something really, really nice to imagine every single day. And most importantly, what impact will you be making in 6 to 12 months? And when you're writing these out, I want you to write them in the present. So you're writing it for 6 months' time. So it might be, I am leading a team of 20 incredible people. Again, be precise. Do you want dads? I'm leading a team of 20 incredible men. I am leading a team of 20 incredible women. I have a consistent income of £10,000 every single month. I am so incredibly grateful that we are making such a difference to stay-at-home mums. We are making such a difference to people suffering with the menopause. Be precise in what you want, guys. Who are you impacting? So I want you to vision map every single week. It will take you 5-10 minutes, guys. And then task number 3, feed your brain like you feed your body, guys. Like every day we will feed our body, won't we? But are you feeding your brain every single day? Whether it's a podcast, whether it's an audio book, whether it is goal setting, whether it's music. If you're in a bad mood, put on some music, guys. Move your body. That will massively help your mindset. 3 of my favorite ones. 3, I've got 2 books and a podcast. Again, you'll get to know what you like. So when people send you something to listen to, if it isn't for you, come off it. Some people like shouting. I like shouting. I like someone to shout at me. Sometimes people like people to be calm with them and be nice and nurture them. I like the shoutiness. So number 1, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. That is a great book. Number 2, You Are Badass by Jen. I think it's Jen Sincero. It's Jen, as in Jen, Sincero. That is a great book. You Are Badass. And then one of my favorite podcasts is The Mindset Mentor by Rob Dial. I absolutely love that. Success doesn't come from a rank or a paycheck. It starts with you guys. So you've just got to massively work on your mindset. So talking about mindset, I have got the incredible Amy coming on. Amy has absolutely come into this business, absolutely smashed it. Her mindset is amazing. She is that person that is up at 6 o'clock in the morning because she knows her goal, she knows her why, doesn't make excuses of I have a busy day, works full time, and she knows that if she wants these results, she's got to do it, put the work in before her day job starts. So Amy, can you please just share a few minutes about who you are, how you got started in the business, and like what it's done for you, and like your top tips for getting started or just keeping going?
Cool. So hi, yeah, thanks for having me on. Very exciting. So I started last August. I'm a mum of 1. I am a special needs teaching assistant, and I started because I had, well, really the same as everybody else. I was feeling sluggish. I was overweight. I kind of realized that I needed to make a change. But funnily enough, it wasn't just for the products. It was also because I was looking for an opportunity to make a bit of extra money. I love my job. I absolutely love my day job, but I do need a little bit extra on top, especially with the cost of living. So I came across Jane. I'm not sure how, but she appeared on my Facebook. She just arrived. And I had used the products before, but hadn't kind of continued with them just for sort of financial reasons, things like that, and just dropped off. And I was like, I know they work. I know they're brilliant. So Jane kind of said, well, why don't we just get you started? You'll get your free starter pack and kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And so I hit Partner Plus and SP in the first month, which was amazing. And then I just kind of carried on. I kind of got addicted to the kind of like little mini successes that you get. So for me, then it became more about, building my confidence and my self-esteem as well, because the success made me feel so good. And And yeah, so I've got a PB qualifying business that kind of happens, that's happening every month, which is brilliant. So I know that I'm building a business that's sustainable alongside my full-time job and my little girl. And yeah, so for me, it's that consistency. I do get up at 5 every morning. And I do all my gratitude stuff. So I'm a bit of a mindset person as well. I do 10 things that I'm grateful for. I also write out my goals every single morning, and they are very, very precise. Just to remind myself of why I'm doing it every single day. And then I go through my DMO. So they're nice and simple. It's not anything too extensive. It's literally, a quick one for Facebook. And I also do TikTok as well. But it's making sure that they're done and set for the day so that you're prepared, and you don't have to worry about keeping up with it. So it's super, super simple. But for me, I think so. My next position is SC, which I'm working towards now. But for me, it's about doing it. So it's, like I say, sustainable. I'm hitting PB every month alongside the other jobs. It's not as quickly as possible, but it's making sure that we get there on a solid basis of what I'm doing every single day, and helping other people to do the same as well, because it's absolutely incredible. So for me, my top tip is, again, like we're talking about mindset, is like everybody, you see everybody else kind of maybe climbing the compensation plan really, really quickly. And we forget to give ourselves a pat on the back for all of the successes that we've already achieved. So for me, I would say celebrating every little win is really important. So look back and kind of say, well, I hit Partner Plus. And when I first started, that seemed slightly unachievable. I wasn't sure how I was going to get there. It gave you that sort of pang of fear when you first put up your first post, or approached somebody about the products, but you overcame it. And you got there, and that's a massive thing. So celebrate your wins, and remember that just because you're not climbing those kind of dizzy heights yet of where you want to get to, you are still successful. And, treating yourself as if you are successful, which you are, is only going to breed more success. So that would be my top tip.
Absolutely wonderful. So clear and concise and calm. You've got a wonderful energy about you, Amy. So huge well done. Huge well done. And thank you so much for sharing your story as well and your tips. And huge thank you to Jane. Absolutely incredible advice. And I'm sure everyone is taking that on board and really, looking at how we can bring in some of those mindset changes into our daily routine to help us stay focused on what we want in life. So huge well done, and thank you, Jane. And guys, can we all put it up in the chat if you haven't already done so? And thank everyone who's talked so far, because they're giving up their time on a Saturday to share their wisdom and advice for us all, which is really, really appreciated, and they don't have to do it. So thank you so much, guys. Now, our next speaker is the incredible Eliana. So Eliana is an NMD in the business. She comes from Italy, and at the age of 23, she moved to London to pursue her photography career. Before discovering Juice Plus, she was working as a freelance photographer. Initially, she joined the business to help her mother financially, and it took her a few months to understand that actually this business could be the vehicle to get her the lifestyle that she desired. In late 2016, she went to Tenerife to do a 90-day game plan that helped her to build the right foundations to grow her business and becoming a full-time network marketer. She lives in Tenerife, but if anyone follows her like I do on Facebook and social media, you will see that she literally travels the world. She absolutely inspires us all with her travels and her adventures. She lives with her husband, working on expanding the business and bringing this beautiful lifestyle to more people. So Eliana is going to share with us why she's so passionate about the Juice Plus company.
Hi guys, can you hear me? I'm not really in an elegant position here because I'm traveling. I'm in Italy at the moment, so I was like, okay, I need to find a spot, and it's nice and sunny. It's really nice. I'm in Lake Como. I think it's actually my first time here, and I have to say, I understand why everybody likes it. It's actually quite nice. Yes. It's my first time.
Say hi to George
So
Clooney for us.
exactly, like, yeah. So thank you guys for inviting me, because today is actually a special day for me. Exactly today, 10 years ago, I was signing up for becoming a Juice Plus franchise partner. I was the border between Laos and Thailand those days with a very bad Wi-Fi connection, and that was starting my journey. And it's quite nice actually that I get to speak here, because it's like my 10 years anniversary, and it's so crazy to see everything that happened, you know. So like what it makes me excited about Just Plus company, for sure, the first thing that it got us to me and my family is the health. My husband is diabetic. You heard Martin speaking many times, and having such a foundation for his health, our family, that's the first gift, right, of this company, because health, without health, we are absolutely nothing. Of course, the flexibility, like the fact I can come here to Italy anytime I want to see friends, families, doing stuff. I just go back from a 3 weeks US trip, and now I'm here for the 10 days in Italy, guys. I mean, I seriously, that was my freedom like lifestyle. That was my dream lifestyle. That's exactly what I wanted for myself. And this for me is like definitely like one of my best bonus that this company has given me. But one thing that we really underestimate, and I think we do when we sign up, because we have no clue about what we really were about to do, is the self-development journey. I am not the same person I was 10 years ago. I mean, sometimes I like to share old videos of myself, because I always been very lively. Okay, yes, I was, but I was not confident as I am now. I definitely didn't have the same public speaking skills I got now. I mean, how many of you actually got like some old videos of yourself, and then when you see them, you're like, oh my god, like was that me? Was that me? You can barely recognize yourself. I can barely listen to my voice, because it's incredible. I mean, the journey, the transformation, it is everything. And you know, going back to the new skills, I mean, guys, we want to talk about doing presentation skills. That stuff, it's not easy. I mean, we all get to learn, we all get to do it at some point, but it's a beautiful tool we can use in so many other aspects. If you're a professional, well, you will learn to sell any other business, you know. If you have multiple, you know, business entrepreneur journeys, like this is like, it's great. I mean, I have people in my team that are still thanking me, because those skills are helping them to create new opportunities for themselves. You know, I'm a creative person, so I attract a lot of creative people. And you know, like I was also asked a few times to do translations for the company, and at the very beginning I was like, guys, I don't think I can do that for you from English to Italian. Well, now I do it, and actually it's the company to ask me to translate from, you know, English calls to Italian, and I'm like, really, am I able to do that? Like, I never studied for something like at this level, but it's so rewarding to see I can do it, right? And it's so crazy, because now people are asking me to translate. I was up and I'm like, man, I'm not a translator, but it's so amazing. I want to show you everything we get to learn here for free. We don't have to pay, you know, to learn certain things. This is a free school. This is a free growth school. Then we learn about doing events, live events. This is a great skill. Like if you want to even do like your own family events, well, you're gonna got the skills now to do it, you know. And I love doing events. It's one of my favorite things. I love connecting with people. We got to learn about marketing, communication, leadership. You know, I remember when I first asked help to a coach, you know, and I was like, what does it even mean to be a leader? What is leadership? Can you help me out here? And to actually having started that journey really changed my life, because now I can handle difficult situations. I'm a good problem solver. You know, give me a problem, I give you a solution. Trust me. I'm very quick. You know, I can be an Italian drama queen at the beginning. I'll be like, oh my God, but that's deep in my blood and my culture. Then I find out, you know, how to sort out that drama. And, you know, it's a constant push out of the comfort zone. And I think this is a great like gift. Nobody can actually put you at this level of, sometimes it can be a big stretch, right? And those are the biggest opportunity, as other people said earlier, like those are the times for growth. But I think my most rewarding like gift about Just Plus is the relationships. I mean, having this huge global family. I'm a big traveler, as Erin said, and knowing that I have friends waiting for me in Australia. I was at the US conference in San Diego, and one of our sidelines NMD said, Eliana, I'm waiting for you here in Florida. I was like, woman, I am coming. If you're inviting me, I am coming. Just so you know, I am coming. So as a passionate traveler and fascinated by other cultures, having this gift to go and see, my friend Levi's in Manchester one day, go to see Trisha in New York another day, going to see Jenny in Netherlands. I'm like, this is my team. And I get even paid to travel to go and see them. We, guys, that we have the big, bonus, and actually they're giving us money to invest in our team. And I'm like, is this a dream? So thanks, J Martin and Juice Plus to actually giving us this tool, also financial tool, to invest and, get to see our incredible people all around the world and also pay for our travels. I mean, like, this has never happened. So for me, that is really the best. Then when it comes, like, I really love all the high quality efforts, the high quality systems and that we have to produce our products. I visited in Switzerland the Nye facilitator building, where we actually produce our captures. I was mind blown. I was like, is this even real? Like the quality. First of all, I mean, it's funny to say, but everything was so clean. I could have kissed the floor. Okay, everything was absolutely shiny. Oh my God, if you ever get to see them, it is outstanding. There is really nothing to compare. I mean, we are at that level. There is no one that can compete with us, and this for me makes me really, really proud. I love about the company how much they are approachable. I'm a very extrovert person, so I like to meet people in person, especially like I get to visit the office. I like to go and pay a visit and see people I talk to on the phone. I am very old fashioned for that. And I love the fact that the company is so open. We heard about John Blair in the first video, and I was happy to have met him in San Diego. I texted him on Facebook and I said, hey, I translate you one day from, English to Italian. I heard you multiple times. I would love to have a chat with you. And I sat down and we had like half an hour chat talking about many things. And how great is that? I mean, tell me, when you worked in your company, how many times you could have done anything like that? Those people barely see you in the face, I mean, that was my experience in the past. I love the fact that everybody is so, our regional directors, of course, they cannot reach you out, all of you on WhatsApp, but they do with us. We are all these NMD beautiful, group chats in which we get news from the company on a daily basis. That's a big commitment. Sometimes our regional directors even text us at 11 p.m., but that shows you how much they committed. When there is an issue, they're there. And I think that sometimes, guys, we forget when we are stressed and we are upset, we forget that there are human beings on the other side, and in the company, they're trying to do their best to help us out. When we have issues, it's so easy to be stressed out and say like, oh my God, this, that. But let's go that drama moment, like let's call it Italian drama moment. And let's remember that there are people that are really committed to be, to give their 100% in this company. And, where else do you find something like that? When I'm a fan of Travis, to be honest. And when I met him, I was like, what's the best way to be in touch with you? And he was like, here, this is my WhatsApp. And I was like, okay. I mean, seriously, that level of openness, the direct, communication, I love that. And I think it really comes from what J Martin set in place, like this heart, this, like, I call it like a teacher attitude. J Martin was a teacher, right? And you can see that heart that he put in the company, those values, seriously, I can see people around. There is nothing like that. This relationship, the family, the connection, the communication, everything we got, it is incredible. I mean, I love it. I love get to meet everyone. I love the conversations. How many times at NMD meetings we had good time with James, with Jeff Montague's mates, just having a glass of wine and talking about leadership and some other. It's amazing. I mean, seriously, there is nothing like that, and it's such a big diamond gift that is packed in a 45 franchise opportunity for all of us, and we just so underestimate that when we just sign up and we have no clue, right? So that's a little bit about everything I really love about this. These 10 years have been absolutely transformational, right? Because the life change comes with all the challenges, opportunities, the win, the falls, and everything. It's really navigating in it. But wow, like I can do the life I am now thanks to this opportunity I jumped on 10 years ago, exactly 10 years ago. And there is really nothing like that. We've seen companies coming and go. There isn't really nothing like that. There is really nothing like that. And I'm so blessed I got to stick with it, because many people left and someone actually tried to come back. Some people have been told no, some people have been welcome again, really based on their behaviors. But that proves you that when people come back, it proves you there is really nothing like the Just Plus company out there. So that's it about my 10 years journey. And I would like to give them, a share to my Jenny that is connecting from, I think she's still in Turkey. She went to a training. Jenny, are you able to unmute yourself?
Hi. Yes,
Hey.
I think I am. I hope that everyone is able to listen to me. It's the first time that I'm with the phone, so let's hope that everything goes perfect. Anyway, yes, so first of all, thank you, Eliana, and thanks everyone to be here on the Zoom. To give me this opportunity is really something that it was a kind of shocking when I was asked, but it was like me. But yeah, this is true. And I am in Turkey right now because I am traveling because I participated at an event of network marketing for the last 3 days. And one of the things I was learning is that everyone has a story, and it's not a story until you tell it. So since it is a while that I'm thinking about saying my full story, I said, why not take the chance here? So my story started in 2017. I was offered the product, and I was a little bit skeptical at the beginning. I was like not sure whether I should try them or not. Then at the end, I thought, well, why not? I mean, what do I have to lose? And so that I was like, okay, let's try. And when I started, I was like at the very beginning seeing the very first changes, because obviously health is something that pushes us to try to find a solution to our problem. So I fell in love right away with the product, and I have decided to open to make the registration to the company to have the discount on the product. And it was like far from my mind that I would have started a business. And so I was like, yeah, okay, if I need some more money, I will use it. And actually, a couple of months after, it was coming really helpful because I was broke. I had 37 euro on my bank account, and I needed to pay my bills. So then, okay, let's start to do something with this code that I have. And I got the hint that something could have happened, but I never really thought of diving more deeply. And then in 2020, what happened? Pandemic happened. And I was, let's say, lucky enough to be in a company that I did not have to stop to work. But I was married since a year, and I wanted to start a family. And at the beginning of then 2020, we said, okay, let's start to try. Let's see what happens. And right away, it happened that I got pregnant around Valentine's time. I was like, oh, okay, that's good. And 1 week after, I got from my LinkedIn profile an offer from a company. And it was like my dream job. I was like, oh my God, this is really my dream job. And network marketing was always there on the side. I accepted the offer. I went on the interview and everything. And then I was like doing a great interview. They were happy. They gave me the possibility to get on a second interview. And then at that moment, I started to think, okay, I'm pregnant. I have to tell them because, it's important that they know. So I told them, look, I appreciate your offer, but you should know that I'm pregnant. So I hope to hear you again. But it's good that you know. And I have never heard from that person, HR person, ever again. And after a week or so, I discovered that I had lost my pregnancy. So, like, one job gone, pregnancy gone. All right, not good. Shake it off. And in the meantime, when I was at home, nothing to do, obviously. Let's see what happened with this network marketing. So let's try to promote these products, because anyway, I'm using them. I love them. And I have time, so let's do something. And it was actually working. Like, I was really doing the job and I was getting results. And then what happened that I always wanted to become a mom. So I tried again to become pregnant. And again, at the beginning of August, I found out that I was pregnant again. And after a couple of weeks, another HR person called me and she offered me another dream job. This time I knew, and I declined right away. I said, okay, no, I'm pregnant. I'm not going to take this job. And after a couple of weeks, again, I lost my pregnancy. And that was a slap in the face, like a wake-up call, something completely unexpected. And I was like, okay, I had to lose 2 pregnancies to understand that this is the job for a mom, because it would allow me to be at home, to do my job, to have my business, to have my independence, to show my future kids that everyone can have a dream and can follow the dream. And that was it. Like, okay, this is the decision. Like, this is my job. This is what I need to do. And that's when I started to look for personal growth. I was doing it in my own little space. So personal growth, start to try to understand what to do, how to improve myself. It was kind of a tough year. And now I'm so glad about it, because I have now 2 beautiful daughters and I work from home. I am there with them when they need me, when when they come home and they know that I'm there. Even if I'm at the computer, they are like just running, and I'm so grateful I can still do my job and have to see their smile every time that they come home, because I'm there. I'm there for them. If they get sick, I'm there. I can help them. And there is nothing better than this. Like, it is something that for me, it's no doubt. There is absolutely no doubt that this is for me. And and I think for many moms as an example, they should use, and this is what I also tell myself many times to remind me, that my kids are not an excuse for doing the job, but they are my motivation. They have to be like, they have to come first all the time, and that's why I need to do this. So this is what is my story, and I think that I will keep doing this, and I hope that someone could find some inspirational tips in what I said. So thank you very much for listening. Again, thank you, Eliana, for giving me this opportunity to share my story. And yes, wish you all the best for those that are listening.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your story, Jenny. Very, very moving. And I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with what you said. And so thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your time in Turkey. How wonderful. You as well to Eliana. Absolutely incredible. Really showing us all what's possible. And it's not hard for you to talk about why you're so passionate about Juice Plus, because you clearly have a lot to be grateful for. And this company has given you, as you said, so much. So wonderful to hear from both of you. Thank you so much. Now we are going to move on to our final speaker, the incredible Sue Burdick. Now, Sue has a very short description because her name says it all, really. So, Sue Burdick, PMD Plus from the USA. Sue and her husband, Bob, have built one of the largest Juice Plus businesses in the world and are considered leaders in network marketing industry, the whole of network marketing, not just in Juice Plus, absolute leaders in our industry. They're approaching now, if this is correct, it might even be a little bit more than this. They're approaching their 40th year with the company, but it could be maybe a little bit more than 40 years. And Sue is quite simply, as James put it, is a legend. And I think, Sue, you're James's upline. Is that correct? Wow. Yeah. Wow. So this is fantastic. This is a full circle moment that here we are. I think, James, you've been in the company almost 36 years.
36, I suppose. Yeah, probably that. Yeah.
Around that. So how incredible if you thought 36 years ago, Sue, when you guys signed up James, to think that 36 years later, here we would be on a call that James puts together, interviewing yourself. I mean, absolutely incredible. And I can see Levi is in the group watching as well. So what a full circle moment for you guys. So that's so cool. So welcome, Sue. Welcome so much. And you're going to tell us what it takes to become successful in Juice Plus, which clearly you are an expert in. So we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much, Erin, and good morning, James. And I appreciate that introduction very much. I sometimes say I'm a legend in my own mind, if that makes sense. Anyway, to be successful in this business, let me go back to my story a little bit. I dropped out of high school and married young, married a guy who had also dropped out of high school, and we had 5 boys in our first 6 years of marriage. So, Elena, I was at the, Levi and I were both at the San Diego conference. I'm sorry we didn't see you there. Maybe next time in your travels. But so I stayed home with our boys until the youngest one went to school, and then I started looking for jobs, looking for ways to make money in the marketplace. And with no career, no education, you're looking at minimum wage. And I said, I need more than minimum wage. So I did things that I could do by the job rather than by the hour. I cleaned houses, I groomed dogs, I sold real estate, I washed windows, I picked weeds, I just did a lot of things. But along the way, I was introduced to network marketing and to personal development. I found Jim Rohn in my travels, through trying to find myself. And what he said was, if for things to change, you have to change. Doing the same thing every day and expecting different results is called crazy. So that's what I'd been doing, just kind of spinning my wheels. And so when this came along, it was, I've heard that when opportunity meets preparation, that's when success happens. So I was prepared, and I found this opportunity, and I just went right to work with it. And in my first year, I was able to leave South Florida in a bad neighborhood with my children and move back to Georgia. We had lost our home. We had bought 60 acres here and built a little house and had to sell it before it went into foreclosure. So went back to Florida, and I was down there 3 years, every day thinking, how can I get my house back? How can I get my farm back? And just praying for something to happen. And then this came along, and I knew it immediately. I put them off and said, I love the product, but that was back in the water filter days. And I signed up in June the 8th, 1987. So I'm coming up on my 38th year, the end of my 38th year. And I was 37 when I started. So I'm 75 now, and I feel great, and I blame it all on Juice Plus. But so it was difficult to talk my husband into joining me because he said it's just another one of those things. And I had to make some money to prove to him that this was the thing, not a thing. This was the thing. And so I finally got him on board to come do the business with me. And then it really exploded. I would have done well with this company, but not until I got my partner involved did I see the millions of dollars. And that's what you have to see is the big picture, that there are millions of dollars here, and a lot of people are making big, big money here, and you can too. That's what was hard for me, to go from dog grooming and raising children to this. And as Elena was saying, I've come so far with the personal development that it's been amazing to me. And my son Levi was 15 years old, 14, I think, when I joined this business. But what I learned was that you can never lose sight of the basics. You know, that's like we never lose sight of where we came from. We can't lose sight of the basics. And I heard someone talking about getting their structure right. And that's what you need to do in the beginning. There are no new fundamentals. There are different ways of creating and doing the fundamentals, but there are no new fundamentals. So everything goes back to the basics. We share the product, we share the business, and we promote and host events. And we just do that over and over and over. And there are different ways of doing this. They've come such a long way. In the States here now, we have guys doing beer and burgers. So they'll grill burgers on a Saturday afternoon, have beer, and their friends come and they talk about their business. And what better way is there than that? There's just this is coffee and success. You know, you can name them different things just so you're doing them. And I'm so proud of James for keeping this momentum going throughout all that we've been through. And maybe Levi, I'll have a minute to talk to you about the digital transformation and what we've been through now. It's been a little bit of hell, but we see heaven on the other side, which is thank goodness. And it is becoming grandma proof, and I'm proof of that because our 5 boys gave us 15 grandchildren, and those 15 grandchildren are now giving us 20 great grandchildren with one on the way. So it's been an amazing, and the first year I was able to leave South Florida and come back here and buy my house back. And since then, it's just grown and grown. And I was born in Itawamba County, Mississippi, which is the poorest state in the United States and probably the poorest county in Mississippi. And I was born at home in a house with no plumbing and no electricity. My father was a sharecropper, which meant he rented land and he grew cotton, and he used to plow the fields with mules. And so I was born in 1950, so that's a long time ago. And the things are so different today that you can't even imagine it. Sitting here like this, I can remember when we brought the fax machine into our business, and I thought, well, this thing is a miracle. And now they're out of style, and nobody even uses them anymore. So it's just amazing how you will develop and your business will develop if you just stick to the basics. So when you share the product, you do all 3 of these things through your story. Okay, so everybody's story has been great, and I love to hear those. So that's how you get to know people. You know, you hear my name and what I've done, but until you see me and get to know me and know my journey, that's when it becomes real to you, because you know that you can do it. If I did it, anybody can do it, because there was nothing special about me. There was my special work ethic and my husband's special work ethic. And so you have to become a product of the product. I heard someone say about how they love the product, they take the product and helped her get pregnant and keep the babies, which is great. You know, we all think about different things until you're sick, and the only thing you think is no. You know, you don't think about money, you don't think about traveling, you don't think about anything but being well. So this product is really inspiring healthy living around the world and helping people understand health and being healthy, and that you do have to feed your body well and your mind well every day to perform well. So you have to be a product of the product and use all the products. You have to experience the capsules, and Yahoo! We just got the superfood in a drink. So it has the powders from 2 greens, 2 reds, and 2 purples in that one sleeve, and you can just put it in your shake, put it in a bottle of juice or a bottle of water, and it's just made things so convenient, and it's just addressed the futuristic world that we live in now. Everything has to be more simple. And Mitra Ray said something about capsule or pill fatigue, and I think we now, with all the vitamins that we take and all of that stuff, this is exactly what we needed at the right time. And this company has been able to do that year after year after year, bringing the right thing at the right time to us to help us do our business more efficiently. So you have to be a product of the product and know the benefits of what's in Juice Plus. Juice Plus is a miracle product because it's not juiced. It is pulverized with a big pulverizer. And you know, when you juice, the fiber goes out of the way. So in this big vat, and when you put a pineapple in, it's the whole pineapple. When you put the beets in, it's the whole beets. you know, the whole orange. So we get everything, all of the fruit, all of the vegetable. And so they pulverize it, and that makes it like pre-digested. It's pulverized, so your stomach doesn't have to work hard to digest it. And and the research that Jay has done on it. You have to understand the research behind our product, because Jay Martin knew all along that this is what sets us apart from other companies. When Eliana was talking about nothing else like this out there, there isn't, and there's nobody close to catching us. So we just have to have that belief in our product and experience the products. And James, I sent you a copy of the synopsis that Mitra put together of the research. I'd like you to distribute that. I'd like for you to distribute that to the whole team so that they understand this is the research. This company spent millions of dollars on the research behind this product. And the first research that was done on the product was what is exactly in it. So it was sent off to a lab to see what was in it, and exactly what was in it is what was said was in it, and all the things that it can do, the phytonutrients that come from plants, the things that Juice Plus protects your body from everything in the world. You know, we have trillions of cells, and they're being attacked every day by something, so you have to have a wall of protection, and that's what Juice Plus is. And explaining to people about real health, about your body, you know, being able to fight off diseases, fight off colds, you know, live through the COVID experience. There's Levi with the superfood behind him. And the two newest products, the Luminate and the superfood, go well together too. But back to the products, experiencing all the products, using the products, know why our product is different from any other product in the world. That's why it's not on a store shelf, okay? Because it needs a little explanation. And when you experience the product, then what we say is you get an emotional attachment to the product. And when you're emotionally attached to something, you can talk about it better. This is my experience. This is my story with Juice Plus. I'm this old with all these kids, and I'm still alive and sane. And the sane part is doubtful sometimes. So we share the product with everybody we come across. We have our short story, and then we have our longer story. And then share the business. The same. If you don't understand how you move from step to step through the marketing plan and what it takes to get from step to step, then you're not going to be able to share that with other people. So you have to learn it to be able to share it. So learn about getting a strong foundation. Those who survive have a strong foundation. This business is built on a 5x5 matrix. 5 wide by 5 deep gets you what we used to call the fifth dimension. The fifth dimension was when you got paid on that fifth level, and that's where the big money is, the Q&MD spot. So it's the names of the positions have changed over the years. Some of the numbers have changed over the years. The products have changed over the years, but the opportunity is still the same. It's even better today than it was when I joined. The future, I think it was Tana Oxley from the Home Office said, the future is so bright, we got to wear shades, sunglasses. But so it's sharing the business at every opportune moment, and setting goals for yourself. We always used to say work the 90-day program and try to get 5 in 1, 5 customers and 1 new team member every month. And you won't do that every month, but if you do it enough months, your structure will come, your volume will come, and you'll be climbing that ladder before you know it if you just stick to the basics. But know the marketing plan, know the product, know why our marketing plan. There's no other marketing plan like ours in the business, in the industry either. Like Eliana was saying, that business incentive bonus, the BIB, is given to us to put into our teams to travel. And I don't even know, James, do you know how many times we've been to your area? I've lost track of how many times we've been there.
You came over, even when I was a sales coordinator, you came over. I mean, that was unbelievable. But that gave us the fire and the belief.
Yeah. And I'm sure you've told them before how we met. So it was an interesting, you have to be bold in this business. And I was bold in getting James. It was an interesting story, and James can tell you sometime about it. But you have to be bold, and you have to have a thick skin, like the Rhino team says. You have to have a thick skin, and don't let the nose just let them roll off your back like a duck and say next person. So sharing the product, sharing the business, and promoting and hosting events. Look at the momentum that's kept going because James has hosted this event for so long, and all the Zooms that you do, James. I just want to commend you, and you're all very lucky to have James at your helm. He may look meek and mild, but he is a fearless leader. He is. And all the things that you do with this business to keep the business running are done with your story. So get your story down, Pat, and tell it to everybody. And I think I've taken my time up. And did you want to hear from Levi for just a second about the digital transformation that we've been going through?
Absolutely.
Levi,
Yes,
this is
absolutely.
of
That
my
would be
5 sons, this is
fantastic.
my second son. And so, Levi, have at it.
Oh, nobody ever wants to follow Sue Burdick, so I feel like I should kind of act as the buffer there. James, really, really impressive that you continue to lead the way that you do. And Erin, really appreciate you and what you're doing as well. Eliana, I did see you at conference, tried to get your attention, but you were mobbed by the crowd. So I know what it's like to be a superstar. Yeah, guys, look, I was a 15-year-old kid when my parents joined this business, and knowing that my mom cleaned other people's houses and my father was a construction worker, my brothers and I went to construction jobs with my father every weekend and during the summers. So watching them make a decision to completely change their careers, to completely change who they were, it was drastic. And for my brothers and I, it was a really kind of a miracle to watch. But we used to, every time we were in the car, we would hear those development, self-improvement tapes and things about, like my mom said, for things in your life to change, you've got to make a decision to really change who you are. That's a big deal. That's a big deal because a lot of people say you can't change. I'm here to tell you, I watched as it happened. My parents became completely different people, and it completely changed the course of our lives. I now am a grandparent myself. I have 6 children and my 7th grandkid on the way. And the life that we live, the life that they're living is completely different because of that time in 1987 and the way my mom was able to see this vision and say, I'm going to make a change in myself that's so big, the ripples are going to be felt for generations in my family. It was huge. It was amazing. So I just want to say that the change part, the change is always going to happen. There's always going to be some type of change. We've changed products, we've changed company names, we've changed leadership, we've changed the names of positions, and we've tweaked the compensation plan. The changes will always come. We had to make a change in our company's legacy computer system and the way our software was written. We had to. Our company was on the verge of crumbling from the inside because it had been patched, worked, and pieced together. Here in the US, we lost people, and we've seen it happen before. We've seen it happen with product changes. We've seen it happen with compensation plan changes. We've watched this happen in the UK, in Europe. You guys have seen it happen too. Those of you who are here right now on this call, you've already made the decision to stick it out, to be here. You believe in the product, and you believe in the company for its integrity. Eliana was saying, you guys got to hear from John Blair earlier.
Yeah.
Did you guys, was John Blair on the call? Yeah. I mean, this guy's a legend here, and he laid out the product to you and the research and the science so well, I'm sure, that you guys know we have the best product in the world. And I every day am glad, I'm honored, I feel privileged to share this product. So all of the hiccups and all of the struggle with the digital transformation and getting the new system online and up and running, I knew that we were going to make it through this. I felt confident. I had confidence because I've seen the change come before, and I've seen what happens to those people who stick it out and come out the other side. I've worked with my parents' organization for the past 27 years. I absolutely love the fact that I get to work with my family. I get to work with my own kids. I know we are planning a trip to come back to Europe, hopefully this fall, and maybe as soon as this fall, because you guys, everybody here sticking it out and having the belief in our product, the belief in your upline and the team that you're building, the system that we're using, that is a huge, huge component of this. When you guys are ready to dedicate yourselves to building your business and making it huge and making it successful, you have the team around you and the leadership above you to do exactly that. Now we have the digital transformation and a system to make it efficient, quick, easy. Travis Garza here said one of the best things. I hope somebody's repeated it already, but he said from the main stage, we may not always get it right, but we will always make it right. And that's the way we feel. That's what we're here to commit to. Thank you so much, James, for doing this. I hope to see you real soon. Erin, thank you.
Absolutely amazing. What an incredible way to round off the call today, guys. Please, everyone, if you've got your camera on, give us the seal clap. And if you don't have your camera on, please take a second to drop into the chat. Absolutely incredible. Sue and Levi, thank you so much for such a powerful ending to this call. The sun is starting to shine. We can do this, guys. Whole new era launching. So thank you to everyone for speaking today. Thank you to James for, again, hosting our incredible call. You know, we know what to do now. We've just got to do it. Okay. So I hope everyone takes on board something today and actions that, because it's from taking action that we can progress. Lots of love and light to you all, guys.
Thank you.
See you next month.
Thank you, James.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for inviting us on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, guys.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Paula.
How are you this morning?
Take care. Bye. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Lots of love.